What's up, everybody? It's your boy Wes Grant, and you're watching Suburban Nerd. This is the channel where I give my nerd views on today's nerd news, but also give reviews on TV shows. And today's TV show I'm giving a review on is The Gifted, Season 2, Episode 5, called AfterMath. And if you guys want a little quick recap of what happened in Episode 4, which was about like 2 weeks or something ago, pretty much they find out what the Inner Circle is planning on. The Inner Circle is planning on going into this psychiatric place that's stuffed with mutants, and they're gonna get in there and break out someone, and they don't know, the underground, they don't know. And the way they got the information is they pretty much went to where Wired used to be, and then his brother was in there with a shotgun trying to shoot them. John took a couple shots because he's boss, you know what I'm saying? He could take those things. Meanwhile, Captain Lightbright, she goes in there, blinds for a quick second, then they take him down, and then they bring him back. And that's when they start interrogating him. They find out, they know that he has the same sort of powers. They find out he has the same powers as his brothers, and they're trying to find out as far as the footage and get into the information. He ain't trying to do that, so the mom goes straight up crazy. Not crazy, but she goes across the line. She pretty much injects him with this thing to bring him down, because I guess he's an addict. Then he starts going through withdrawal. And then she says she'll get him high again if he can break into the security or whatever of the place, because they find out that that's where the Inner Circle is going to be going. So while John and Blink go in there to go figure out, you got Andy in there along with Lorna or Polaris, whatever, and they're just causing mad chaos, hecticness, looking crazy. You got people wrapped up, running out of there. John and Blink, they go in there trying to search for them. They actually see Lorna. Then Lorna opens up all the doors to all the crazy people. They start running around. Some guy gets stabbed with a rebarb, and then he starts bleeding some acid. And then they gotta just focus on and saving them. They can't just go after Lorna. So that's what happens. But then Lorna tries to get away with Andy and the new person, and that's when Lauren rolls up in front of them with Captain Lightbright. And Captain Lightbright, he's got these lights like he's gonna blow up the car, which, like I said, people keep telling me the dude blew up a car. Yes, he blew up a car by focusing his lights on the gas tank. And no, he did not blow up the arm of the Sentinel. He heated it up, and then John ripped it off, and then it shot off the damaged leg. And then any other instance where you guys are trying to show that he showed power, yes, but he had to focus his power just to heat something up. And he did hold them at bay, but he just burnt them and kept them at bay because they were being annoying. So as far as Captain Lightbright, he still keeps his name because he has not done anything of substantiating purpose. Really, he hasn't. Just other than light things up and then heat things up. And like I said, blowing up a car by heating up the gas tank. Okay, they show in the movies where you shoot a car in the gas tank and it blows up. Does that mean it actually happens? No. But regardless of the fact, like I said, I'm getting off a tangent. It's just the fact that I keep getting these messages where people are like, yo, giving these examples of Captain Lightbright. But like I said, I'm not hating him. I just want them to elevate or develop him a little bit more and his powers. Because we sure enough got someone with a power like him. Okay, he ain't the only other person that can light up the room. Because apparently one of those passengers or people that got away, that she can create light orbs. And I'm pretty sure that maybe those light orbs could be damaging and she could throw them as a fireball or something. Because that's kind of what I want. I want Captain Lightbright to do. I don't want him just lighting up things. I want him just taking things out quick, one-shotting them. I don't want him to be focusing on certain things and just heating up one small spot or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And then for him to be acting like he's such a boss, his power really ain't. I'd be more afraid of her with orbs of light. You could think, you'd be like, yo, can you throw that at me? That's what I'd be thinking. But anyways, getting on this episode, it starts off with Jace showing that, there was some discrimination from the get-go when he started. Because as a first fresh beat cop, there was a mutant you could see. And the cop guy starts asking the questions. He's like, yo, what's the deal? I'm just sitting around. It definitely makes you understand sort of like the minority. And since he was a minority, himself black, but very light-skinned, how, minority be treated. And then the guy gets this. The guy straight up tases the kid for no reason, and he's like, "Yo, what's going on?" He was like, "Before you start questioning me about following a book, remember, I had a partner, and then my partner was just routine pulled over some person, and he got poisoned and died by one of these mutants. So before you say that, just know that I might have saved your wife from hearing me come and give her a message about how you died on the job today." And he was like, "Oh, okay." So and then that jumps back, like that was in the past, jumps to the future. Lauren, who got taken out in the last episode by Andy because she wouldn't get out the way. She's still kind of unconscious, but she's coming to. The mom's still, "I'm sorry, blah blah blah, this that," and like, it was sort of your fault. You let your daughter go, but I understand. You think that she was gonna be able to stop him and bring him home, and maybe he understand after seeing his sister. That ain't happened. So and then John's like, "Yo, we gotta treat these people." And they're like, okay, so all the regular mutants that escaped from the psychiatric place that weren't injured, they got sent over they went with Blink and Captain Lightbright down to the pretty much where the Morlocks are. And Morlock is, being run by Bishop. If you guys didn't know that was Bishop, that M should have just let you guys know. So Bishop takes him in, and he's like, "You gotta do me a favor." And then she was like, "What?" And then she opens a portal to up above, because he was like, "Yo, you think I'm going to be robbing something, do something like shiesty like that? Yo, just, you know me." So they blink up, and it's basically like a Costco's or some sort of thing. And she was like, "We shouldn't steal." And she was like, "Yo, before you start getting on your high and mighty, just know that I ain't about your rules. We just trying to survive down here. We don't care. We're just trying to eat. Instead of going up and have to come up to the surface ourselves and risk our lives, you just open up a portal, we go and take what we need, then we're out." And she was like, "Yo, it doesn't make them trust us anymore." Like, "Yo, they don't trust us either way." And then he said this one great speech was like, "Yo, we don't care about the inner circle. Inner circle's just trying to create this war, trying to do this thing." And then you got the underground that's trying to save people and trying to have this big purpose. He's like, the only thing that I care about is cornflakes. Like, and basically the box. And like, yo, this is true. He just cares about surviving. He's not trying to be in this war. He's not trying to make humans see mutants as a certain way. He's not trying to start a revolution. He's just trying to take in people that have nobody up there and just like be there for them down there, and it's understandable. So meanwhile, that's what's going on with that. Jump over to the inner circle. Inner circle, the girl, her name is Rebecca. She ain't speaking. They got things typed to her. She ain't trying to say nothing. And then they're trying to read her mind. They're saying that she was tortured like crazy. And she's just damaged good. Really damaged goods. The boy, Andy's like, "Yo, you treating her like a weapon, a thing. Like, what do you expect?" She was locked up for years with people just trying to poke and pry her and trying to find out. He was like, "Let me talk to her." He goes to talk to her. And he's, basically saying that things aren't as bad or whatever. Thank goodness, she's out. She's in a nice bed or whatever. And he sits down and he's playing with a tennis ball. He shows her his power, which is basically tearing things apart. And then that's when I already knew that she was going to show her power. So she flipped the tennis ball inside out. And I'm like, damn, that's some kind of crazy. Which, damn, if that's your power, you can be brutal as hell with that. Oh, the amount of ways you can kill people. Don't even think about it. Either way, he talks to her later. He makes her feel comfortable. He tells her, like, "Yo, you can leave whenever you want," because she's never seen this outside in so long. And I thought it was longer than years. Like, it turned out to be like 1 year, which I guess it is long. It's like prison, solitary. Which for a little kid, that's just crazy, So he lets her go out, and she shows him her power a little bit more with turn the soda can inside out. She writes her name backwards with what's it called, a ketchup on the glass. She turns that around inside out, and then there's a cop. She was like, "I hate cops," and she turns the car inside out, and he was like, "Show me what you can do," and he basically blows it up and tears it apart. And I'm like, yo, hopefully they don't see these kids, and they don't. They get away, they get back. Then you got the process of seeing like, oh, you guys are doing good. You're practically glowing, and that's when Lorna was like, she could see something was going on, and they kissed up in the elevator. So right off the bat, as soon as you saw her, she's a little cutie. She's definitely a little cutie. So I knew he was gonna be trying to go after, because like he ain't had a girlfriend from not what I'm seeing in the show. Like he was kind of being bullied and picked on. So I'm pretty sure he was kind of like a loner. So this be his first girlfriend. Which, it's pretty cool, but I think she sort of has a psycho side to it, because at the end when they're training her and she's showing what she got, she looked like she was enjoying that a little way too much. So I hope she just don't go psycho on everything, then he has to bring her back. But you know, that's probably where they're gonna go in the story. She's gonna go a little too far, and he's gonna be like, no, what are you doing? Blah blah blah. And they're gonna have to go clash. But in the next episode, it looks like they're gonna be clashing because, wow, oh man, it's going to be crazy. But not going too forward. You got the people that having to decide if they're gonna stay down or try and go back up to the surface, because apparently Bishop is like, yo, you got to put that mark on the M if you don't already look like a mutant. If you're like undercover, you have powers, you just look normal, you got to get that M. So they decide, and that's when, you know, Captain Lamprey's there holding the lady's hand, because she showed him what her power was as far as with the orbs, and they kind of had that little connection. And yeah, that's pretty much it. It's like, that's how that ended. Oh, don't let me forget, Jace went straight up loco. He joined the Purifiers, and he basically rallied them up. He was like, yo, instead of going to these riots or whatever like that, and this caused more ruckus, why don't we go and round up these fugitives or refugees, whatever they are, these mutants. We go to the closest clinics that are, you know, like open to mutants, whatever, that willing to help them. We check those out, and then we grab them and we take them back to the authorities. And then they go to one of the places where John and Kate was, and yeah, they tear the place up in a way, and then they beat up a doctor. And luckily, while this happening, they find John and Kate find out about what got talked, the girl Rebecca, and there was a sympathizer as far as a nurse or whatever inside the place that they now can talk to and find out what's Rebecca's power, what's going on with that, and why do Inner Circle need her so much. And I don't know why they need her so much, because they pretty much got powerhouses already and her powers. I don't know what they're gonna do with that, but I'm definitely aching to see, because this episode, it kept me interested. It definitely did. I enjoyed it. It wasn't too crazy. Action wasn't too crazy, but still, I like what I see. And for now, it's still one of my favorite shows. And hopefully you guys liked my little recap and my little review of what I thought, because like I said, most of the people, they were good. There wasn't that much happen, so, you know, there wasn't too much other than Blink, you know, doing that favor and saying that she, you know, we already knew she was a spy. And now we kind of get an understanding a little bit more of Jace, but not too much, because he's still a dick, and the way he's going about things, we're still not liking him too much, because he's still the antagonist and the protagonist. As far as like, you know, John, he's definitely showing he's willing to do whatever he has to, because the dude's hand is jacked up, looking like Freddy Krueger, yo. His hand straight up looking like Freddy Krueger, and all because he felt like he kind of failed, so he was pushing himself to try and get some sort of information. And the guy he tried to save eventually died, which, when I'm watching, if you guys watch the episode, go and replay, the guy looked like he was still blinking and breathing when they said he was dead. So I don't know, maybe he needs to act a little bit better, just don't move so much, because he looked like he was still alive when they were saying he's dead. So I don't know, but that's just me. Maybe I'm just paying attention too much to too many details. So if you like this review, remember to put those notifications on, like the video, comment down below on anything you guys want to talk about this episode, because I love talking about this episode. Remember to subscribe, check out my last review, and check out my playlist of the reviews of these TV shows. So remember, I'm Wes Grant. You've been watching Suburban Nerd. You just been notified. Catch you guys on the next review.